Today, I'm going to be sharing with you guys the best Cypher camera spots on all maps for patch 1.03. This video will not be including setups, only camera spots, and I'm going to try and go as quick as possible to make the video as short as possible. And if you're new around here and you want to see more Valorant videos and guides like this, then make sure you hit that subscribe button. So first up, we have cameras that are useful for attacking a site on ASCENT. So first up, you want to jump onto this bike and then jump onto this box right here. Jump onto this wall, aim at the corner of this green box, and then jump and place your camera at the right corner. This lets you peek into the mid cubby, which is useful for establishing control of mid and catwalk if you're going for an A split. From the same spot, you can crouch and aim so your camera's at the far end of this wall, just like this, and you can use it to peek the generator, which is a common spot that people will play on a site. Once again, from the same spot, you can put your cam right at the archway here, just like this. You can use this to clear generator, heaven, and if someone is peeking the left side of double boxes. Otherwise, for attacking a site, you can place the same camera from the ground here if you are pushed up further with your team. So just like this. And you can see more of tree room behind double boxes and a little bit of the close left area. So if you want to clear these close left and right angles, what you can do is actually place a camera on this box by quickly peeking, and it should look like this. This allows you to clear these close corners that people like to hide in, as well as the catwalk that people like to peek from. So now for cameras that are useful for attacking mid. So for the first camera, what you want to do is jump on top of this table, and there's actually a ledge that you can jump on right about here. So jump on this, and then jump on the ledge right here. And then you can jump and place a camera, just like this. That allows you to peek really far into mid market, back mid, and you'll be able to see if anyone is peeking catwalk. Not a lot of people know about this jump or this spot, so I think this spot is pretty cool. So if you're attacking mid from mid link, you can just place a camera right above this metal box, just like this, and get a pretty good view to see if anyone is peeking out of market or walking down mid, as well as anyone walking up catwalk and peeking mid link, and anyone back mid as well. If you're pushed further up mid and you're not sure if someone is in this left corner or this right corner right here, what you can do is just place a camera right on this wall and peek both corners as well as market. So first up, for attacking B site. So first up, we have a camera that I actually haven't seen anyone use or talk about. And all you want to do is aim it right along the left side of this window, just like this. And you can turn your camera all the way to the left and get a peek into market. So you can see if anyone is holding an angle like this to peek into B main. Otherwise, a pretty good standard spot for attacking B site from B main is just placing your cam along this wall like this to get a general view of the common angles people will be peeking, such as the defender spawn or the ramp. So now for defending a site, you're going to want to jump on top of this generator. So from on top of the generator here, you can run, jump, and place a camera in the corner here above this metal cylinder. This is a super high camera that will almost never get shot out, as it's completely out of the view of any enemies pushing onto a site through a main. Alternatively, you can place a camera right here, the top of this building, another super high camera that sees all of sight. So a pretty situational camera you can place is right here at the bottom of this column, and this is mostly useful in post-plant situations as an attacker, but it can definitely be useful in a retake situation as well. A pretty good retake camera for a site from garden here is right at the corner of this box. You can jump and place a camera along the white part at the top of this building. So you can see a lot of the common post-plant positions, such as right next to these boxes, heaven, and a little bit of under heaven as well. And you can see if anyone is pushing out from tree room. So another camera that I haven't seen anybody use, on the same part of the building, you just aim along the right side instead, and you can use it to peek into tree room. So this camera is completely blocked by leaves, as you can see, but you'll still be able to get a glimpse of anyone running through tree room. Another similar camera spot is right here, which allows you to see anyone pushing from catwalk through tree room. So now for defending mid, and the best camera for this is from on top of these barrels here. So once you're on top of these barrels, just aim under this light and then jump and place your camera. This gives you a great peek into catwalk and mid, and it's super high up and harder to notice because of that. So now for defending B site, and this first one is the one that I use the most. All you want to do is stand at the corner of the platform, aim between these two windows, and then jump and place your camera. This gives you a great early view into B main, as well as a great general view of site. If that camera keeps getting shot out, what I'll do is just place one along the sign right here, which still gives you somewhat of a view into B main, but mostly it's a camera that will never get shot out, and you can see all the positions that the enemies will be playing once they start taking and executing on the site. So for early information, what you can do is aim at this window and then jump and place a camera, and you can see right into the attacker's spawn. I don't really use this camera though because it will most likely get shot out, and it's super easy for the attackers to shoot it right at the start of the round, and then they can start just working a default and working whatever site they want. So I don't normally use that camera. So another great just general camera, but also a great post-plant camera is right here under this roof, just like this, and you can see all three entrances of the site. So moving on to split and attacking A site. So the first camera is great for peeking screens at the start of the round. All you want to do is jump on top of these boxes right here, place your camera right along this wall, and you can peek this close angle that people like to play right at the bottom of the ramp, as well as screens. Otherwise, for attacking, a pretty standard way to use your camera is just placing it along the wall like this and peeking top ramp. So now for attacking mid. Pretty good camera spot is basically anywhere along this tree right here, as it allows you to see if someone is peeking mailroom, as well as if someone is peeking in rope room. If you place it more to the left, you can see more of the mailroom angle, but a little less of rope room. You can also place this camera from either side of mid. So it's pretty useful if you know the enemy has an op and you don't want to just trade up peek. So as for attacking B site, there's a great post plant spot, which is right anywhere here along these panels. The camera will go straight through the panels, and you can use this to peek the defender's spawn and catch anyone who might be rotating trying to retake B site. So now for defending a site, and the first camera is really useful for getting early information, and all you want to do is just jump and place your camera on this billboard, and you can peek right into the attacker's spawn. Another great camera spot for early info is from on top of these boxes. All you want to do is place your camera on the left side of the roof just like this, and you can sort of see into the A lobby, but mostly you'll be able to see anyone who is peeking bottom ramp. As for cameras that are good for defending site, you can jump and place a camera right here, which allows you to see the cross from pretty far away, and you can also see the defender's spawn. So this camera can be useful if you have to give up heaven control. You'll be able to see if anyone pushes out of heaven and is pushing towards B site or screens. To change it up a little bit, you can place your camera somewhere along these solar panels and watch the cross as well. So standing right along the window at heaven here, you can place another good camera for early info by aiming right here at the edge of this building and then jumping and placing your camera. And then you can peek into a lobby and also watch the cross. So now for defending mid, really the best camera is right above these two wires right here, just like this. So you can see the feet of anyone walking up and they can't see your camera. So now for defending B site, you can place your camera from rafters to the top of this building just like this, and you can see pretty early into B main. This is by far the best camera for B site, so this is the one that I always start with. If that camera keeps getting destroyed though, you can jump and place one in the corner right out here, which allows you to see anyone exiting B main as well as heaven. Not as much early info, but still good because it's less likely to get shot out, as the attackers will already have to be out of B main. So moving on to bind, and first up for attacking A site. First up here at short, this is a great camera to get information about heaven and triple. Basically you want to aim along this wall and aim as far to the edge as possible, just like this, and then jump and place your camera. This allows you to see behind triple, it allows you to see heaven, and a little bit of U-Haul as well. You can also see directly behind this box, which is a common angle people might play with shotguns. So for showers, you can jump and place a camera right here to check if anyone is peeking into showers. Another great camera you can use if you've pushed all the way up showers is just crouching right here and aiming as high along this wall as possible without exposing yourself. And you can use this camera to clear triple, a little bit of the cubby right here, as well as close right outside of showers, and heaven. So now for attacking B site. First up is a great camera to clear out the corners in hookah. And all you want to do is place your camera right at the top of this thing hanging from the ceiling, and you can clear left and right as well. Otherwise, for attacking long, you can place your camera basically anywhere along this wall to check if anyone is peeking out from garden. This is a really useful camera since you can place it while being fully safe. So a really good post-plant camera that you can place is from on top of this tube right here. And all you want to do is jump and place it along the corner of the roof like that, and you'll be able to see anyone rotating through the defender spawn towards B site. So now for defending A site, this camera is good for early information, and all you want to do is stand at the corner of heaven just like this. You can place your camera right on the solar panel and use it to peek short. Great for early information, but it will most likely get destroyed. Another great camera spot you can place from heaven is just right here. And this is a great overview of the site as well as short and showers. And it's pretty high up too, which is nice. So moving on to B site, first up we have the classic camera spot for getting early information at long. Just aim right at the left corner of this metal panel, and you can turn your camera all the way to the right and peek long. Great for early information, but just like the one on A site, it will most likely get destroyed. The camera spot that I always use on B site is right back here, and you can use this to see hookah as well as anyone pushing up long. And sort of the opposite of that camera is right along this wall here. Allows you to see a little less of long and garden, but you'll be able to see the enemies sooner if they are walking into hookah. So if those cameras keep getting shot out, what you can do is aim along the edge of the wall like this and jump place your camera. And you can still see a little bit of long and garden, but mostly this is a great camera for being able to call out the positions of the enemies as they execute onto the site. Something like this in the corner over here could work as well. Obviously, this camera can't be destroyed until they're already on site, but by then you will have more than enough time to call out the enemy's positions. So for Haven, there really are no super unique or useful attacking cameras, so we're going to start right on defense here on A site. First camera is the one that I always use here, and you can place it from this window here at heaven. You just want to aim along these black pillars. You can place it basically anywhere along these. I like to place it at the top one, and this camera gives you a great overview of sight, gives you somewhat early information at long if they're just standing around the orb, and you can see if anyone pushes up short. So if you just slowly walk out along this ledge here, you can place your camera right at the corner of the building right here. This camera gives you a great overview of sight, and it doesn't really get shot out too often as it's super high up and it would be directly above where the attackers are approaching sight from. This is typically the camera I will use if the other one keeps getting broken. So if you jump out of heaven here and onto sight, stand on the edge of sight, and you can place a camera at the corner of this roof and get great early round information. With this camera, you can watch the cross to see if anyone starts pushing up short A, and of course you'll be able to see anyone walking up long A. So for the next camera, it's great for early information, but you need to wait for the barrier to go down at the start of the round. But you can just walk out and place it along this pot here, and then once again, you get to see anyone who crosses short A. So for B site, there's really only one camera worth using if you're defending B. All you want to do is jump on top of these boxes here, stand at the corner, and then jump and place your camera along this piece of metal. And you can see pretty far down mid, but you also have a great view to see the entire site. This can also be good in post-plant situations. So for C site, the first camera is really easy to place. You just want to be on the platform, and then you can place it along any of these wood posts. You can see anyone who pushes from garage or long, and this camera is kind of hidden by the smoke here, so not a bad spot. Another spot you can place pretty close is back here along the roof. If you jump and place your camera, it makes it pretty hard to see because it blends in pretty well with the background, and it's a little bit covered by the same smoke, but you basically see the same things, long and garage. So from on top this box here, you can aim underneath and next to the light just like this, and then jump and place it on that wood post. And with this camera, you can see people pushing up garage and you can see people pushing out long C as well. This is a really great camera for getting early information, as you'll be able to see anyone crossing to get the alt orb, as well as just in general, you can see pretty much the entire site. So finally, the last camera spot that I really like, you can also place from this box here. All you want to do is just aim at the bottom of this pole just like this, and then you can jump and place it onto the pole. This allows you to see pretty much the entire site. Not as much early information, but still pretty good because it's high up and it will be behind the attackers once they're pushing on the site, so it's less likely to get destroyed. So that is all for the best Cypher camera spots for patch 1.03. If there's anything you think I missed or any other spots you want to let me know about, then be sure to leave it in the comments down below. And if you want to see more Valorant videos and guides like this, then I would greatly appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button.